All right, guys, I'm going to share with you a story and also just some opinions, tactics, if you will, on what to do when you get negative or hate comments on your videos. So I know this is something that creeps up from time to time, and sometimes it sticks in our head longer than it should, and it's not always clear how to handle them. So here's the story. A couple weeks ago, I got this comment on a video, and I knew immediately I was going to have to remove the comment and block that user. And you're probably wondering, like, it's not, there's no profanity, it's not hateful. Like, what's the problem? Why would you need to delete that comment? And that would be a very good question to ask. So let me explain. This comment came up on my video that I posted about how much I made for my first 3 months being monetized as a creator. And I know you guys have seen a million videos just like that. And those videos can sometimes be a little long, maybe 8, 12, 15 minutes. And sometimes the creator will bury the big payoff until maybe 3/4 or all the way to the end of the video, making the viewer watch for a very long time. And knowing that, I was very, very sensitive to the video length when I made my version of it. So I made my video 6.5 minutes long, which is actually among the shortest videos I have on my channel. And I'm actually really proud that it's that short. And then on top of that, I said, listen, I'm not going to drag it out. I'm actually going to do the grand reveal of how much I made halfway through the video. So at 3 minutes and 32 seconds is when I reveal how much I've made. And so maybe you're connecting the dots by now, but if you're not, here's an analogy, and here's how I want you to think about your YouTube channel when it comes to the comments. Imagine you are a shopkeeper of a candy store, and you have customers in your store, and they're perusing the goods and they're getting ready to buy. Somebody walks in and starts walking up to each of your customers and is like, hey, you shouldn't shop here, you should go elsewhere. And all of your customers put their stuff down and they walk out, and you do not make a sale. Now, imagine that's you. Imagine you're the shopkeep owner. How would you respond? Like, how would you feel about that person walking into your store, being disruptive, talking to your customers, discouraging them to spend money at your location? I think we'd probably feel a little agitated by that, and we would probably ask that person to leave and never come back. So when I saw that comment, that's exactly the approach that I took. Because think about the experience. Someone were to click on my video and they see this timestamp of 3 minutes and 32 seconds. They click on the timestamp. It immediately brings them to the big reveal in the video. They get what they came for, and then they decide to click away. So think about it from the shopkeeper perspective. It's kind of undermining their ability to make money. It's kind of like, think about the hours. I spent about 15 to 20 hours making that video. I'm actually pretty proud of that. So for someone to come in and give someone like the fast track to basically bypass the whole video, it kind of undermines my ability to do this thing more long term, right? Because we all, at least for me, trying to do YouTube as a business, we need the ad revenue, at least early on we do. And we need to build that customer loyalty. We need them to see us on camera so that we can build trust and rapport, and they can get to know us, and we can solve problems for them and give them insights. But if they're just fast forwarding to a point in the video, then they're not really gaining anything from it. And plus, the payoff isn't so rewarding if it's not preceded by any context. So like, think about a joke. You don't just get to the punchline. You have to give the context before. Think about a movie. You don't just fast forward to the end. You want to watch the story evolve before. Same thing with a YouTube video. The payoff is always best served when there's context leading up to it. So it's a bad viewer experience just to fast forward, even though their initial instinct might be, hey, I just want to know what the amounts are. So anyways, I say all of that because I want to encourage you guys to think about your YouTube channel and your comment section like you are the shopkeep owner. Like, you get to dictate the terms of whether the comments are positive or negative or argumentative, or if there's toxicity in there, or if there's profanity in there. It is our job to be the moderators of that environment and to make it, I mean, if you want to, I want to make mine warm and approachable and a place for people to feel welcome and ask questions and provide feedback. I don't want it to be this place where people are undermining the creator. If that, just to put a fine, I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to wrap that sentence up, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. So think about your role. And if you do see a comment that you have to delete, don't think twice, just do it and move on. Don't apologize. Don't try to over rationalize. Don't justify your decision. Don't worry about someone's First Amendment right, to free speech, because, if someone walks into your home and says something offensive, you have every right to kick them out of your home. The comment section is like your home. You can kick people out of your comment section. So I just want you to feel empowered to be able to do that and not to tiptoe around other people if they're, being disruptive or insensitive. But I will say this though, the ways in which comments, even negative comments, can help our channel is because engagement is engagement nonetheless, right? If someone wants to be argumentative or disagree with the point that you're making in the video or stir up some controversy, that's cool. That's fine as long as they're not being too disrespectful, because that's good engagement on the video. The second thing is it's an opportunity for us to maybe expand and clarify our points, because if someone's fundamentally misunderstanding or misrepresenting something we said in our video, that's another opportunity for us to educate. And maybe you can ask them follow-up questions to get to the deeper root of their criticism, or you can do what I'm doing and taking inspiration from a comment that I got and pouring it into a lesson in a video. So this is another example of that. And then finally, I think there's something to be said about actual genuine blind spots that we might not otherwise get. I know a lot of us have in our corners people that care about us, cheerleaders, if you will, and they're not often they don't often think to give us objective criticism because they don't want to hurt our feelings, or maybe they don't know how to deliver it very well. Sometimes the best criticism and the best way we get our blind spots revealed is through someone who we don't know, who's unafraid to tell us how they see it and how it really is. So those are some of the ways that I think negative comments can actually help our channel. So just try to think of it through that lens. Now, when you get a hateful comment or something that you think is questionable, obviously you can either reply to it, you can ignore it, you can delete it. If you feel like it crosses the line for you, just delete it straight up. Like I said, don't hesitate, just do it. You can ignore it, get it out of your mind, pretend like it doesn't exist. More power to you. I tend to dwell on things, so that doesn't always work for me. Or you can respond. But if you respond, do not feed the trolls. Some people have nothing better to do than just argue on the internet. And sometimes your videos will find themselves being served to people who have a vastly contrarian take to what you're describing, and they will do everything in their power to disagree with you. And that's fine. Those people are they're out there. So try to find what's the word? I don't know, a peaceful or a diplomatic way of responding to them and trying to get to the deeper root of their feedback, or trying to understand their criticism a little bit better. And if you don't want to spend the mental energy to actually type something up yourself and work yourself up potentially, take their comment, put it into ChatGPT and have ChatGPT respond, copy paste it into the YouTube, and then, then you're done and you can move on with your life. So that's my advice for today. Do not be apologetic. Do not justify. Just if something doesn't feel right for you, just boot them the hell out there. They can go kick rocks. There is 8 billion other people on the planet who could benefit from watching your videos. We don't need to waste any time thinking about the 1 or 2 people that have nothing better to do than to be disruptive, create a bad viewer experience, or just be argumentative. So hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.